Ever wondered what happens when a major crypto exchange throws its hat into the decentralized finance, DeFi, ring? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into a fascinating development that's got the crypto world buzzing: Gemini's support for Uniswap. Now, for those of you who might be newer to this space, let's quickly paint a picture. On one side, we have Gemini, a well-established and regulated cryptocurrency exchange known for its focus on security and compliance. Think of them as a trusted gateway for many into the world of digital assets. On the other side, we have Uniswap, a decentralized exchange, or DEX, that operates without intermediaries. It's a revolutionary platform that allows users to trade cryptocurrencies directly with each other using automated liquidity pools. No traditional order books, no central authority calling the shots. For a long time, these two worlds, centralized exchanges and decentralized protocols, operated somewhat independently. Centralized exchanges offered ease of use and regulatory oversight, while DEXs provided greater autonomy and access to a wider range of tokens. But the lines are starting to blur, and Gemini's recent moves are a prime example of this convergence. So, what exactly does Gemini's support for Uniswap entail? It's not as simple as just listing Uniswap's Uni token on their exchange, though they did that quite a while ago. This is about something much more profound: integrating the functionality of Uniswap directly within the Gemini ecosystem. Think about it. Imagine being a Gemini user. You're comfortable with their platform, their security measures, and their user-friendly interface. Now, within that same familiar environment, you could potentially access the vast liquidity and diverse token offerings of Uniswap without having to navigate entirely new and sometimes complex DeFi interfaces. That's the potential game changer we're talking about. One of the key ways Gemini is achieving this is through their custody solutions and APIs. They're essentially building bridges that allow their users to interact with DeFi protocols like Uniswap in a more seamless and secure manner. This could involve features that allow Gemini users to easily transfer assets to and from Uniswap. Imagine a simplified process for moving your USDC or ETH from your Gemini wallet to a Uniswap pool to earn yield or participate in trading. No more meticulously copying and pasting long wallet addresses and worrying about network compatibility. Interact with Uniswap pools directly through the Gemini interface. While the specifics of this integration are still evolving, it could potentially mean being able to provide liquidity to Uniswap pools or swap tokens directly from within the Gemini platform. This would significantly lower the barrier to entry for users who are curious about DeFi but intimidated by the learning curve. Leverage Gemini's security infrastructure for DeFi activities. One of the biggest concerns for newcomers to DeFi is security. By integrating with platforms like Uniswap, Gemini could potentially offer a layer of security and risk management that users might not have access to when interacting with DeFi protocols directly. This could include things like transaction monitoring and alerts. Now, why is this such a big deal? There are several compelling reasons. Firstly, it brings DeFi to a wider audience. Gemini has a large and established user base, many of whom might be interested in the high yields and opportunities offered by DeFi but haven't taken the plunge due to complexity or security concerns. By integrating with Uniswap, Gemini is essentially acting as a gateway, making DeFi more accessible to the masses. Secondly, it could enhance the user experience for both Gemini and Uniswap users. Gemini users gain access to a broader range of assets and investment opportunities, while Uniswap benefits from increased volume and liquidity as more users are on board through the Gemini platform. It's a potentially symbiotic relationship. Thirdly, it signals a growing acceptance and integration of DeFi within the traditional crypto infrastructure. Major centralized players like Gemini recognizing the importance and potential of decentralized protocols like Uniswap is a significant step towards a more interconnected and mature crypto ecosystem. It suggests that the future of finance might not be a battle between centralized and decentralized entities, but rather a collaboration. However, it's important to acknowledge that this integration is still in its early stages, and there are several aspects to consider and potential challenges to overcome. One key aspect is regulation. Navigating the regulatory landscape for DeFi integration within a centralized platform is complex. Gemini, known for its commitment to compliance, will need to ensure that these integrations adhere to all applicable laws and regulations. This could potentially influence the features and functionalities that are ultimately offered. Another consideration is the user experience. While the goal is to simplify DeFi interactions, it's crucial that the integration is intuitive and easy to understand for the average user. Complex interfaces or confusing processes could defeat the purpose of making DeFi more accessible. Furthermore, there are technical challenges involved in seamlessly integrating two fundamentally different types of platforms. Ensuring smooth and secure transactions between Gemini's centralized infrastructure and Uniswap's decentralized network requires robust and well-tested technology. It's also worth noting the potential implications for the broader DeFi ecosystem. As more centralized entities begin to integrate with DEXs, it could lead to increased institutional participation in DeFi, potentially bringing more liquidity and stability to the market. However, it also raises questions about the potential for centralization within the decentralized space and the importance of maintaining the core principles of DeFi, such as transparency and permissionlessness. Looking ahead, the possibilities for this integration are vast. We could see Gemini offering advanced DeFi portfolio management tools, allowing users to easily track their Uniswap positions alongside their centralized holdings. We might also see the development of hybrid products that combine the security and ease of use of a centralized platform with the yield-generating potential of DeFi protocols. Imagine a future where you can effortlessly allocate a portion of your crypto holdings to a Uniswap liquidity pool with a few clicks within your Gemini account, earning passive income without ever having to leave the familiar Gemini environment. That's the kind of seamless experience that this integration could potentially unlock. Of course, the specifics of how this unfolds will depend on various factors, including technological advancements, regulatory developments, and user adoption. But the direction is clear. The walls between centralized and decentralized finance are coming down, and Gemini's support for Uniswap is a significant step in that evolution. It's a move that could reshape how users interact with crypto and potentially bring the power of DeFi to a much wider audience. Keep a close eye on this space, because the implications are profound and the journey is just beginning. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.